Leo and Danny show.
And it's part of just Orange County, I think. The beautiful hotels, the television. Something else I discovered down there. All the ads, they're targeted toward rich, depressed housewives.
Wow.
It's insane because we live here in super woke LA. Mm-hmm. So every other ad that comes on is BLM, Me Too, organic produce. That's all we see on our YouTube because it's all done geographically. Mm-hmm. You get down into Southern California, into Orange County. The ads are for a Skechers shoe that's designed for dog walking. Who's the model in the ad? A 45-year-old with a deep tan, a perfect six-pack, and big fake titties.
Wow.
The ad after that is for some sort of antidepressant. And again, we got a smoking hot housewife who in the ad, she's drinking wine, she's at painting classes, she's playing the violin. It's a completely different world down there, Leandro.
It is surprising the amount of attractive moms that are in Orange County when you go down there. And they're not working clearly, but I do believe the moms that I've gotten to know from Orange County, through like when I played Little League baseball, for example, we'd go to Orange County a lot, and then there was like a brother team to our team. They're all on some kind of antidepressant or some kind of pill. They're all addicted to pills, and I feel like that's kind of why a lot of them are depressed. But it is weird that I've been seeing it happen to my friends now. Like the girls that got married are slowly getting into a world where they need some kind of pill to get them through the day. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's from the drinking they did.
Do they have jobs?
No, they don't have jobs. They're sitting at home, and I would 3 of my buddies on the softball team have wives that we've all had conversations about how they're addicted to pills, be it Valium or one that's going down a dark path with oxycodone. But it's really it's surprising that even with their children and stuff, they feel like their lives don't mean anything, and they need to basically get high all day.
This ties into that pretty well. When I was high this weekend on the pot gummy, I thought, this came to me, that the point of life is really just to keep anxiety at bay. Life is you strolling through a marsh, and the fog is anxiety. And your job in life is to get a flamethrower powerful enough to shoot away all the fog and make it melt, the anxiety fog. Mm-hmm. And I think that is a universal experience. The more I speak to people, the more I listen to music. This driving down actually to Orange County, I was listening for a goof to Linkin Park, and I was playing their first album, and the first song on that album is Paper Cut, and the lyrics in it are like, I know just what it feels like to have a face inside of my head, like a face that it's like a paranoid looking over my back, it's like a whirlwind inside of my head. That whole album is about a guy who's just dealing with intense anxiety, and if you don't find a way to fight that, and everybody has to find a way, you have to resort to these housewife pills.
Yep.
And I think
that's everybody now.
And I think the number one way to be anxious and depressed is to rely on somebody else to give you money, to have no passion or calling in your own life, other than making sure your lawn is manicured and your house is decorated to look better than Colleen's across the street.
Yep.
Do you have anxiety, Austin?
I don't have anxiety myself, but like
ever?
I'll hang out with these. Not really. Whenever I was in school, I did, and like I would just get anxiety for tests and stuff that would make my stomach hurt. Like it would make me kind of sick, but I wouldn't really feel anxious. But it was the anxiety causing that. But I'll hang out with these like 100-pound pill popping model chicks in LA, and they're always, oh, I gotta take this fucking Vyvanse so I can disassociate from my sexual assault. I'm like, what does disassociate even mean? Like, they use these words to justify
everybody's on pills
taking
now.
a bunch of pills.
Austin, so you 7 days out of the week wake up feeling the same.
Right.
On Monday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday. There is no variation in your sense of well-being through the week and throughout the day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Danny, maybe you should try to explain to him what anxiety is. Some people don't know what that is. Yeah, we have to figure out if you have anxiety ever.
No, I know. I know how to deal with it. Like it,
He's got it all figured out.
Whenever I start feeling
Austin, you
anxious
gotta write a
or
book.
sad, I go, "That's some beta fucking pussy shit."
That's healthy.
That's what I tell myself every time.
Keep pushing it down, dude. It's never gonna come back up and bite you in the ass.
So far, like I haven't. Like whenever I was in high school, felt really anxious, but I've had next to no problems for the last like 2.5, 3 years of my life.
Well, the antidote must be truckloads of weed.
Truckloads of weed,
daily.
Yeah.
Anxiety. I see anxiety as it can come from anything. So I know it's just a condition of the human mind and not anything in particular, because the amount of things that can make me anxious can range from computer problems to remembering something I messaged to some girl when I was in college and worrying about me too, to worrying about how a video is doing with the algorithm. And it makes me feel the same way. It's like when you get dumped by a girl and get your heart broken, that is the same brain circuit as when you have a parent or a pet die.
I like that.
So it's just this universal thing. And sometimes when I wake up to take a piss in the middle of the night, I get one of those waves of fear. I can feel it coming and I have to press it away. And then sometimes it'll just trigger on a Thursday afternoon after I've had 4 perfect days. And it never results in anything. I don't have to go to the cabinet and get a bottle of Cuddy Sark and start swigging. I don't have to. Well, sometimes I do have to pull out my penis and masturbate too.
That's okay.
To help suppress the anxiety.
It's one of the best things to do for anxiety, I think.
But
I'm also religious, so I deal with I work things out through my head a bit differently.
Religion can help. That a lot of the best athletes ever, and especially in baseball, are very religious, and I do think that it can cut anxiety. Just putting your worries onto something else that you believe in, like some other, be it this deity, this God that can take care of it for you, does help. I think religion can be very healthy, and if you use it correctly, I think it can help.
I see it more as like there's this biblical archetype of like how you're supposed to be as a man, and you're not supposed to like be like a beta little bitch. So like all the Bible stories or whatever tell me, oh, if I'm this thought that I'm having right now is like something that I'm not supposed to like. Well, I deal with it through that perspective of like trying to be that godly.
It is true
figure
that
of like a man.
Like if you follow the 10 commandments and you try to lead your life like Jesus led his, that will help curb anxiety because you make decisions based on virtue.
Right.
And if you make decisions based on virtue, then there's less second guessing because, oh, I'm scared right now, but at least I did the right thing. That's comfort. Whereas if you're a pure hedonist, you're constantly thinking, did I fuck up there? Did I wrong that person? Maybe I'm a huge asshole. So that's true, Austin. But also, you're 21 years old. You live at home. You don't have to pay for anything. You have virtually no responsibility. And I'm pretty sure when I was your age, I had a fraction of the anxiety I have now, which is still not a lot.
That's 99% of the, like, I have friends that fucked a chick, got her pregnant. I got literally nothing to deal with.
Right.
So that part of my life is really easy. If I was 27 right now, I'd be more stressed, but I'm only 21. Like, I'm still young. Most people my age are just doing drugs and not really doing anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm already doing all right. So I'm not too worried about my future in that way.
What do you think about the drug use? What I've seen is my friends who did a lot of smoking weed from like 16 to like 25 and a lot of drinking during that time, excessive amounts. They seem to have to deal now with their anxiety, even though they're sober or do it a lot less, with some pill that a doctor prescribed them, and it's literally the doctor did attribute all the anxiety or their lack of, their brains can't basically relax itself, or it can't deal with anxiety without a pill because of the damage they did in their youth with the drugs and alcohol, with the marijuana and alcohol.
I think it's impossible for a doctor to directly attribute cause to anxiety is the problem. So I don't think it's medically possible to say you're anxious because you smoked too much pot. And I think also smoking a bunch of pot might be a symptom of neglect or abuse that a child suffered before they started smoking pot.
Yeah, just the want to just escape from reality, not to be there, not to have to deal with life on life's terms.
But what I'm saying is that all the kids I know who started smoking weed in middle school or high school, a lot of them had absentee parents or they had dirt poor alcoholic parents. And the issue that made them turn to drugs was probably a backhand that the dad gave them when the kid came home late from 6th grade once, or when he got a C on a paper he wrote for history in 5th grade.
That's why Dino smokes. He was molested. So.
Oh, molested. It's a step above the backhand.
I wonder who molested him, a mailman?
Yeah.
I don't think it's impossible, Leandro.
I think it was a mailman.
Where they're living now, they live up in the boonies.
Oh, yeah.
In the northern parts of the outskirts of L.A. A mailman could take you right on your driveway, Dino, and none of the neighbors would say anything.
Nobody would see.
You have one neighbor that hates you. He probably would go out of his way to not report the mailman if he saw him raping Dino.
Yeah, just down in that river. Just take Dino by the river.
Yeah. No, I forgot how we got onto this topic of anxiety. We were talking about the housewife ads down in Orange County. And then also the pangs of anxiety I feel when I take too much weed. But, yeah, otherwise, I think Orange County did well for me to reduce stress levels because it is quiet, it is clean, it is free from degenerate gangbangers and homeless. We went to a mall that had a koi pond. And you could see the ocean from this mall in Orange County. Do you know what would happen if there was a koi pond anywhere within LA County?
Oh, God. It'd be destroyed. Somebody would take a shit in it. Somebody fucked up.
Somebody would take a shit in it. A bum who hallucinated it is just a big toilet. Or more likely, I think somebody would capture the koi and resell them on the black market.
Yeah, because they're expensive. And they, dude, apparently they live like 30. Yeah, they live like 30 years, those bastards.
Do they really?
Some of them, yeah. The life expectancy for koi fish can be up to 29, 30 years, which is nuts.